Hi all. This is my first video on this car. This is my Foxbody. It's an 89. I'll get a GoPro and all those cool gadgets to start doing this stuff. Keep you guys on a regular basis of what I'm doing with this car. My wife kind of got me to doing this because this car was this was my dad's car. So I was 14. My dad bought this car. I can remember the day that he come home. He bought it from. The funny thing is, he bought it from my brother, my oldest brother's now wife's brother. But at that time, they were still in high school, and they weren't dating or anything like that. They all were just friends. But he bought this car. Not that you guys care about any of that story. And it was weird. The car was just bizarre. It was purple. It was white all the way down to the ground effects right here. Then it was purple, a bright purple down there. Yeah, it wasn't very pretty. I called it the clown car. I used to make fun of it all the time. It was a bone stock car. There was nothing to it, nothing special about it at all. And what I decided to do was one day, because they had sanded on it. It was terrible. The paint was terrible shape. So he was driving it to work. It was just a work car. It was a nice work car, but it was a work car. It had sand spots on it, so I'm not gonna say it was too nice. He liked it. That's all that mattered. And I took and masked it all off, taped all the windows, taped everything, and I sanded and I primered it because I was doing some. I was about 16, 17 at this point. So I was off and on helping out in a body shop. So I was, I could mess with these things. So I would, you know, uh, dabble with like wet sanding and stuff. And at the body shop, they would let me wet sand and do, buff them back down and stuff. So I was doing that. So I primered the car one day. Well, it took me a whole day to do it. I primered it. And this is over a weekend. So he wasn't home for that weekend. And when he got back, he's like, "What did you do to my car?" And I was like, "It looks 1,000 times better just in primer." And he's like, "I can't drive it like that." So it's not going to stay like that. It's just going to primer. He goes, "Yeah, I can't drive it like that." I was like, "Well, let me have the car." So he gave me the car. So I got the car. Sorry if I'm holding the camera too close to me. This is all new to me. But anyway, so I get this car from him, and wasn't a Foxbody guy. I was just a kid. I was at this time I'd been about 18 years old probably. So I get the car off of him. Bone stock car, now primered bone stock car. Had a good interior and everything in it, and so I got it off of him. I started just dabbling around with it. Well, if you're a Foxbody guy, you wound up meeting up with other Foxbody people, and Foxbody community is a big community. It's a huge family. So, and people are willing to help out. And the next thing I know is I'm an 18-year-old kid, and I've got a bunch of other 18, 20-year-old 20-year-olds the same way. Got Fox bodies. All of a sudden you start running across a bunch of people with Fox bodies. So, with that being said, I started getting into this thing, and before I knew it, I painted it. I took it. I wasn't that good at body, so I took it and had it painted. I had it painted this burnt. It's called burnt red. It's what it was called. The guy at Body Shop called it burnt red. So he scuffed it all back down, and he put this red paint on it. Took about 2 months to paint the car. Take the panels off of it and do it the right way. He did a great job on it. I can't say enough good things about that. And then I was like, you know what? That's not enough. I got this. Now it looks like a super nice car. You know, put the Celine wing on it and everything. Sorry, my garage is trash. It's probably like everybody else's garage. But I did that, and then I got into the motor. One thing my dad was really good at is, you know, uh, in his early days, he was an engine builder. That's what he did. He built engines, and he was still a phenomenal engine builder. Like it was ridiculous how good he was at what he did. That was a craft that I learned a lot from him, but I never picked up the detail that he had. But anyway, we pulled this motor out, bored it, had it bored 30 over. I got the GT40X aluminum heads, pocket ported them, planed them, gasket matched them. Then I got the Cobra intake, did the same thing with that, ported it out. Um, and we built the motor. It's got an F cam in it. It's got a TRW pistons. Like I said, I'm still getting back into this. Um, but the car, I mean, it was phenomenal. I mean, this thing was mean. Mean is just about all I can say about it. It was a mean setup. And I know nowadays that's nothing. I mean, nowadays these coyotes just whip all over this thing. But I'll tell you right now, this thing was way more than enough power for me, even at that age. And it was so much power that I couldn't get licensing for it at that time up in Ohio, because they wouldn't license it because it didn't have smog stuff on it and it wouldn't pass the emissions testing anyways. So I took it and I would get temporary tags to drive it to shows and take it on to like Fun Ford weekends, what they used to call it. Now it's called Ford Fest, I believe. But anyway, I took it and I ran out my temp tags. Was allowed to get 3 of them, so I'd gotten 3 of them, and I couldn't get any more tags for it, so I couldn't get it licensed. So I filed paperwork with Ford to get the anniversary uh, paperwork, so I could try to get like classic car tags for it. And this is back in '99, I guess, because it was an anniversary edition car. It was an '89 split year, and I couldn't. I was not hearing anything back from Ford. They weren't sending me nothing. So anyway, I got frustrated. I was going to go to Fun Ford weekend in Bowling Green, Kentucky, with the group I was running with, Mid Ohio Street Stings at the time, and we were all going down there, about 30 some of Foxbodies going to head down there, and I couldn't do nothing with it. I couldn't take the car. I had an LX that was super nice, but it wasn't this car. So I just decided I was going to sell them. You know, I was just going to put it up for sale and sell it. So, you know, my dad begged and pleaded for me not to do it, and I was, you know, just acting like a little snotty kid. You know, like, I'm going to sell this car. So I sold the car. So it was probably advertised one day, and it wasn't 2 days later it was sold cash. And so that would have been 99. Oh, this is 2026. Uh, that was one of the biggest, probably one of the biggest mistakes I regret ever doing. Should have kept the car. Uh, I was just, you know, mad, and I should have kept the car. Well, anyway, I was able to track the car down. This is 2026, so, you know, 27 years later. But I got it a few months back. I've done a lot in that time, and my wife convinced me that you're doing all this work on this thing. You should videotape it. When I got it, it didn't run or anything. It didn't have fuel tank or anything in it. But it's got a new fuel system and a new fuel tank, brackets, pump, sending unit, lines. I mean, I've done all that. Didn't have a radiator in it. It's got all that now. Got a new, of course, I found the shroud, the fan cover for it. I cleaned that up. I didn't put electric fans on it. Don't really want to get too far, out of what, because it's still the original block. It's still the block that my dad built, and that's really important to me. So, that I don't mess with that portion of it. I could take this out and put a dart or something in there and make it a screaming beast. That's not the point to this car. The point to this car, the point to this car is correct the wrongs. So it's got a new fan in it. Redid the fan cover. It's got a new radiator. Got a lot of new stuff on it. Got a new alternator, new intake pipe, air intake pipe. Was able to reuse my 65 millimeter throttle body, my 73 millimeter C&L. I don't even know if they're around. I don't know if any of these guys are still around. I don't think you can even get the Cobra intake anymore. But I got that. That was still on there. But from basically the water pump was the only thing left on the car. Just the water pump in the block. Nothing else is on here. The intake, there was like a breather right here on the filter, was right over the top of this throttle body. That's all it was on there. There was nothing here on the front of the car. It was all gone. And I tore the whole top of it down and redid it. Put all new gaskets in there, rebuilt my fuel injectors because I got my Ford Motorsport 24 pounders that I put in there when we built it. Nowadays, I would have gone with a bigger fuel injector, but I don't really need it. So I rebuilt those. That was an experience, by the way. It's not as hard as people might think it is. And I actually was able to just keep a lot of the stuff. I didn't have to replace everything, but I replaced like lines like this. These things dry rotted. Of course, you had to replace the radiator hoses. Well, now, at the one point, I had cut this line off, this heater tube, because I don't have an EGR plate. The Cobras didn't have that. So I had run, these aren't the hoses I put on it, but these are the hoses that I put on here before the heater core went out on me. But I just recently found with LMR, and I'm sure they've had this forever, but like I said, I'm just now getting back into it. This bad boy. This is a Cobra heater tube. It's like $53 or something. And I'm going to take the intake back off and put that bad boy in there, because you know what? I want air conditioning. I want heat. I'm 50 years old now. I'm not 19 or 20 anymore. I want that stuff. So I'm putting that back in there. And I'm going to keep working on this car. You guys are going to see more of this car. I've done some stuff. I've got me a new shroud and everything, cowl vent cover, whatever you want to call this thing. Got that thing on LMR. I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is literally the first video that I've ever done. So, but I just, look for it if I can find it. But when I did have this car finished back when I was, 19 or 20, can't remember, I had taken it, and then, of course, I'd gotten the paint on it, got it all painted and everything. And I took it to a guy that lived up there around he did like custom paint work and like pinstriping and stuff. And he'd done some work for a friend of mine. And I took it to him one day, and I dropped it off. I said, his name was Jeff. We called him Jungle Jeff. And I said, Jeff, can you do something? Because I didn't have emblems or anything on this thing. And I said, it's actually a 306. It's a 302 board 30 over. It's 306. And he goes, yeah, I'll do it. So he took and painted it. Now these are you can't tell me these aren't 90s colors right here, folks. 90s on the all that. But he said, I did one other thing that you didn't really ask me to do. Now originally he put a pinstripe on it. I wound up taking it off because I didn't really like it. But he did one thing. He goes, I want to show you something. He says, I did something you didn't ask me to do, but I thought you might like it. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm telling you right now, lots of cops have commented on that. Slick and smooth. I thought that was, it kind of stunned me there for a second because he just freehanded it just out of the blue. And I was like, you know what? I like it, Jeff. That is perfect. But I'll jump around. But anyways, I got rid of this car. So we're talking over 20 years, gone by in this time frame. And, Dad has since passed. And just kind of wanted my car back. And by this time, I'd figured it's probably in a junkyard somewhere. There's no way it's not in a junkyard, but I don't care. I still want it back. So I start checking around. I'm going up to Ohio. I don't live in Ohio anymore, but going up to Ohio and looking for his car, going to DMVs and stuff. I'm trying everything to find his car. Eventually, I'm able to track down 70 some people that could have potentially owned this car. That's pretty good. About 73 was the actual number that they gave me. I called or texted 68 of them. And one night when I'm sitting there on this, this rant trying to text all these people, did you ever own a Foxbody, an 89 Foxbody Mustang? I'm going to shut my door. And people were responding back, no, never owned one, wouldn't own one. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I get a random text. Of course, you're asleep by that time. And the text says, sure do. And I'm like, there's no way. And I'm like, owned it or still owns it? That's what I said. And he responded like back immediately, still on it. And he sent me a picture of it in a barn. As you can see, it is not in good shape. Paint is shot. Clear coat's coming off of it. You can see the silver underneath of it. Something had happened to the fender up here, so this is a different fender. Yeah, you got your beloved quarter window trim. It's just completely toast. Sorry, I'm having to hold my phone away. Once again, I don't have that cool GoPro or anything, but all this stuff's got to be fixed. But I wound up getting a chance to talk to this guy. We went around for about 5 months on this car. And out of the blue one day, he said, I'll sell it to you. And bought the car back. And most people would not give the time of day to buy this thing back. Like I said, I got it on these car cribs I've made. It's not in good shape. It's not pretty by any means. I've been matting the interior, the floors on it. I just redid the dash, and like I said, I just put the heater box in there. But this car is sentimental. That's why I bought it. Never would have bought it. I never even would have considered it, but it's sentimental. So stick around because there's going to be a lot of videos about this car. And when I'm done with it, because if there's one thing that people that do know me, they'll tell you that I am OCD to, like, if there was a person that they could put a picture to that definition, it's mine, because I will nitpick everything apart on this car and make it as was to me perfect. I don't know what is perfect, but I'm gonna tear it all apart. I will have to give you. I'll have to put like pictures that I took of it whenever I first picked it up and what it looked like, because I didn't videotape any of that. I wasn't gonna do any of this stuff. This wasn't me. But since I've gotten back into this thing, back into the Fox bodies and everything, I've come across all these guys online that does this, and I was recently at just a few weeks ago at Ponies in the Smokies, and I got a chance to meet a lot of the guys that I'm not gonna say I'm idolizing them, but man, I'm really impressed with them. Chris at the Infamous Project, um, Gary at Castle Customs, Brutal. Man, I tell you what, some of the work that these guys do is amazing. So, I've been following a lot of these guys on there. I've been seeing a lot of, super nice Fox bodies out there. And I'm getting into it. It's just on this car. I don't care about any of the other stuff. I'm not going to do, other cars. I'm just going to do this one, because it's going to take me forever, by the way. Because, once again, I don't work at like a rapid pace. I will get on a project and I will, it could be a tiny project on this thing, but I'll stretch it out because I'm going to make sure it's right. I don't like things not to work right. I don't like for them to be halfway done. So stick with me. I'm going to retain the car, the name that he put on the back, that Jeff put on the back of the car, Slick and Smooth. I like it, actually. I still like it to this day. So I'm going to do that. It's going to be called Slick and Smooth. Thanks, folks.